there, everyone. Welcome aboard the Disney Fantasy. Today I'm going to give you a tour of the entire ship from top to bottom. Let's get started. Now, before we get started with this tour of the Disney Fantasy, I do want to let you know in advance, this is a very large ship, and getting lost is easy. Even if you've been on it for several days and you feel like you know it, it's still easy to get lost. So if during the tour you feel like you're getting lost, you don't want to know where we are, there's a map in the description of this video that you can look at and take a look and try and follow along with us. But even with the map, if you feel like you're getting lost, don't worry. This is just to give you an overview of what's on board so that once you get here, you can say, oh, that's right, I wanted to go to the coffee shop. Where is that? Or where's the shop? Oh, yes, that's right, deck 3. So you have a general idea of where things are, but maybe the specifics you kind of get once you're on board. That's at least how I felt once I was on board the Fantasy. The Fantasy is one of two of the larger ships in the Disney Cruise Line fleet at the moment. The Magic and Wonder are the smaller ones. There are 3 new ships coming out, but at the time of filming, this is one of the largest ones that they have. Starting the tour here, deck 13 aft. Now, aft is near the rear of the ship. Port is to the left, starboard is to the right. This is Goofy's sports deck. On the sports deck, you can find the sports simulator, basketball court, mini golf, foosball, and more. Walking around the starboard side of the ship right now, this is Goofy's mini golf course. Max and Goofy have played together and set this up. It's really cool. It's a fun golf course to play. It is included with the price of your cruise. You can grab a pencil right here, a little piece of paper, and track who is in the lead. Take a look at some of the unique items on the mini golf course right there. Walking around the aft section of the ship right now, you can see more of the mini golf course taking us all the way around to the foosball tables. If you're looking to play foosball, this is the spot. They are covered over so they're not affected by the wind. It's super helpful. This is the furthest aft that you can go on deck 13. It's a great view of, we're at St. Thomas at the moment. You can see just about everything around you with 360 panoramas, basically. Walking around to the port side right now, this is Goofy's sports simulator. This is not included with the price of your cruise, and you'll find a sports simulator for golf and baseball. You can practice your pitch or your swing inside. There is a fee for this, but it looks really cool. The final hole of Goofy's mini golf course does lead into kind of like a trap where you can't get the ball back, but you can always grab another ball so you can play again and again. Continuing around the port side of deck 13 aft right now, this is the basketball court. You can play basketball basically anytime you want. They have balls out there ready to go and 3 hoops, one on the far side, one in the middle, and one on this side. We're about to walk down to deck 12, but before we do, take a look at the aerial view of the Aqua Lab. This is for those younger travelers in your party who want to get wet but don't want to go swimming per se, so this is a fun splash zone for them. Making my way down the port side to deck 12, you'll find on my left, this is the Waves Bar, kind of a hidden bar if you're looking for a small spot to grab a drink. Right over here, not much seating over here, but there is an area. On deck 12 port, you can find the exit for the Aqueduct, which is a great slide on board the Fantasy. You can see it actually follows up and around over here. You can also get to the entrance of the Aqueduct, also on deck 12. Walking from port to starboard, again, port is left, starboard is right. You can see this is the entrance to the Aqueduct. You take these stairs up, you go all the way up there, and you take the slide up to the Aqueduct. You go around, all the way around the ship and get 360 views. It's amazing. From port to starboard now, take a look at the Mickey pool right there. There's another family pool across as well, along with funnel vision and the Mickey slide. This is a great family area, and if you're looking for some late night movies or even midday movies, find it right there on funnel vision. Continuing around to the starboard side of the ship, take a look. You can find some of those chairs and lounges all around. Most of them are indeed set up. Depending on the time of day, you'll find they're set up and ready for you. Now, to help with crowds and wind, there are these kind of barriers, these glass barriers between sections on the ship. Don't worry, you can just walk right around them, but they kind of help with wind and crowds. Super helpful. Midship now, let's head on down to deck 11 and see some of the things to see and do. We're on the starboard side now. We take a look, here's one of those bars that you can find all throughout the ship. Now, this is where you can buy some non-included items like alcoholic beverages or specialty non-alcoholic drinks of the day. On the starboard side and the port side, you can find special soda and hot tea dispensers. So these are kind of for everyone. Midship, right here, you can fill up on soda, water, hot tea, coffee, both sides of the ship. Also on the starboard side, you can find the kids' hot tub. In a sense, it's a very thin amount of water there with some water play areas. It's fun. Starboard side, moving aft right now, take a look at Nemo's Reef. This is where the youngest in your traveling party can get a little bit of water fun. There's no like standing water there, it's just kind of splashing water everywhere. A lot of fun. On the starboard side, before you get to Cabanas, which is that buffet for everyone, you get Sweet on You. It's not open at the moment, but this is a fantastic ice cream shop. It is not included with the price of your cruise. That's an important note. In my opinion, still worth it. I would recommend it. I absolutely would. Now it's right next to Cabanas, and Cabanas on deck 11, that's where we are right now, is that main buffet dining that you can find for breakfast, lunch, and then they have a semi-table service for dinner. Inside Cabanas now on the starboard side of the ship, you can see we are here for breakfast. They have all sorts of items from pastries to eggs, bacon, sausage, just about everything you can imagine, including Mickey waffles. It's all right here at Cabanas, and it is delicious. They also have fruit and cereal and oatmeal and waffles and donuts and more. On the Dream and Fantasy, you can also find beautiful artwork on the walls. I love this tile work right there. You can even define Nemo as you're walking along. They also have that famous guava juice that I love. There is indoor seating for Cabanas, and there's outdoor seating. You can make your way out on deck 11 and get grand views like this in the shade too. Many of the seats are covered, which is one of my favorite spots to experience breakfast from. Love sitting out here. Now there is a stairwell to deck 12, but more often than not I found that it is closed. So back into deck 11, back into Cabanas. All the way at the end of Cabanas you can find a specialty coffee bar. So if you're looking for a cappuccino or some other specialty drink, you can find it here all the way aft, deck 11 in Cabanas. Don't get this one confused with Cove Cafe. It's a different coffee bar. They have alcoholic beverages too, but they can make you coffee as well. So all at the end. Now to ensure you're oriented, this is the port side of the ship going starboard near the aft now, and this is the elevator area for Cabanas. This is the deck 11 aft elevators. You can also find some fun characters waiting for you as you exit the elevator. So this is the elevator bank, deck 11 aft. We'll make sure you're oriented. Aft section now, headed up the stairs to deck 12. I want to show you this artwork. This is how you know you're getting toward Remy and Paulo. This is those specialty dining experiences that you can find on board. Paulo brunch, Remy brunch, Paulo dinner, Remy dinner, both delicious here, deck 12 aft. Deck 13 brings us back up to Goofy's sports deck, but we've already been up there, so let's take the elevators down now to deck 11, give you more of a tour there. Now deck 13 brings us up to Goofy's sports deck, but we've already been up there, so let's head back down to deck 11, show you more of what's happening around the ship. Port side of the ship now, near the aft, exiting Cabanas. Here's another entrance to Nemo's Reef. There are lifeguards on duty, but again, the youngest of the youngest play here. You can find more of those lounger chairs here on deck 11, both in the sun and in the shade, and on this side of the ship as well. This is the port side. You can find more of those tea and water and soda stations. Continuing around from midships, going forward, deck 11 port side, this is ice cream. This is where you get the included ice cream on the Disney Fantasy. You can also find Frozone treats. These are not included. Ice cream is, Frozone treats is not included. Throughout the ship, you can also find tables and chairs for eating if you want to get a quick snack. And now we're making our way forward, again, port deck 11, toward the adult-only area, Quiet Cove. Now, Quiet Cove has some very special lounger chairs. You can see them right there with cushions. They also have the adult-only jacuzzis with window views out into the ocean. It is an amazing experience to just sit there and look out. I absolutely love it. You can also find lounger chairs looking out these windows as well. It's all very quiet here. A Quiet Cove for adults only. So nice. Also on deck 11, this is Cove Cafe. Cove Cafe has those specialty coffee beverages. We've seen them on other ships, but this one is actually rather large. Let's take a look inside. Cove Cafe features some amazing pictures of Walt Disney as he's experiencing life. Just kind of going through it, thinking about cruising. You can see there's also a map of what's happening where we are right now in comparison to the other ships around the world. More photos of Walt Disney. So cool. In addition to some great coffee, Cove Cafe also has some specialty treats here included with the price of your cruise. Come up anytime, ask them for what you want, it's included. Continuing around toward the starboard side of the ship right now, this is Quiet Cove and the adult-only pool. This pool, again, 18 plus. They also have kind of a walk-up bar, swim-up / walk-up bar, and kind of maybe 3 inches of water right there. Deeper, 5.5 feet, and the walk-up, swim-up bar there. On the starboard side of the ship now, the bar continues around with bar stools outside of the water and more sitting areas all around. Continuing forward now on deck 11, this is where we find Senses Spa and Salon, and one of my personal favorites, the Rainforest Room. You can get a one-day pass to the Rainforest Room. It is so nice. Senses Spa is to the starboard side right here. On the port side, this is for concierge guests only. We can't go in there because it is for concierge guests, but this is where you go if you're a concierge. Deck 11, port side. Deck 11 going up to deck 12 now, the forward section. You can say more concierge areas over here, and then all the way up even more concierge areas over here. This is the concierge lounge. Concierge lounge has its own private jacuzzi. You've got some sitting areas out there, and of course, food throughout the adventure. So concierge lounge up there, only for concierge guests. Headed up to deck 13. Now forward, you can see this is just kind of an open area here. You can take some elevators up here. Not every elevator comes up here, and then more sun decks out here. Deck 13 forward, going toward the port side now. Deck 13 forward on the port side, left side of the ship, you can find the seating area right here. This is the smoking area on board. I believe this is one of 2 smoking areas. You can also find the Currents bar around the outside. Let's walk that way. Currents pool bar, deck 13 forward. Again, this is an adults only area. You can also find lounger chairs out here and a great view of Quiet Cove, the adults only section all the way around here. Absolutely love this area. Super nice and quiet. Deck 13 forward on the starboard side, that's the right hand side of the ship, you can find more lounger areas. These have really nice cushion loungers up here, deck 13, and you make your way to Satellite Falls. Continuing around, this is the concierge lounge. This is the outside of it. We can't go in there. Concierge guests only, but this is the lounge right there. Deck 13 forward, take a look at Satellite Falls. You can see kind of like that satellite dish looking thing right there, and the waterfall all around it. You can sit there and enjoy in very shallow water, maybe like 4 inches of water right there. Great for adults to sit back and relax. You can also find some chairs out here, both in the sun and in the shade. If you walk around the glass here, you can make your way over the bow of the ship. This is as far forward as you can be on deck 13. If you take a look, you can see the front of the ship right there. Beautiful views up here. I love taking pictures up here. This is one of my favorite spots to experience as you're sailing along. Awesome. Just look at those views. Deck 13. Wow. Just wow. Unbelievable. Let's make our way back down and see more of the ship now. We've made our way to the Deck 11 midship elevator bank. Now this elevator bank is unlike others because you can find another shop right here. It's Who's It's, What's It's. This is mostly for pirate attire. If you're looking for something for pirate night, come to Who's It's and What's It's, Deck 11 midship. Now only one of the elevators can take you up to Deck 13 and 14 here midships. Let's push this button right here and make our way up to Deck 14. Take you up to the Outlook, closed at the moment, but not to worry, we'll get another view out there shortly. The radio studio up here for them to make those general announcements, restrooms, and that's about it for Deck 14. Now let's make our way down to Deck 13 where you can find Edge, the kids club. Edge is a club for kids. It's for kids 11 to 14. Open house at the moment. Let's take a look inside. This is Edge, Deck 13. You can find it for 11 to 14-year-olds. Decorated now for Halloween. Looks awesome. Inside Edge you'll find video games, their own foosball table, and even great views out onto the ocean. Again, only for 11 to 14-year-olds unless it's an open house. Don't want to take up too much of the time inside Edge because the kids are having a lot of fun. It is an open house, but they're having a great time, so I don't want to bug them too much. Let's make our way back down the stairs right here to see more of the ship. Now you can take the stairs up to Edge as well, following the Deck 12 midship elevator bank over here to the starboard side of the ship and the stairs up. Now we've seen Deck 14, 13, 12, and 11. Following down from there, Deck 10 all the way through Deck 6 are mostly just staterooms. So let's make our way down now to Deck 5 to see more of the ship. Now this is the Deck 5 midship elevator lobby and one of my favorite overlooks of the lobby itself. Again, this is midships Deck 5. On the port side, you can see it's very confusing. Port side of the ship right there, you have port adventure desks. Very, very cool. On the starboard side, you've got the Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique where you can get dressed up in those different outfits for little girls or little boys. A lot of fun. You can see the lobby atrium is set up for Halloween. You've got the tree down there, the amazing chandelier in the center, and more decorations along with the grand staircase right there. Going from midship towards the forward part of the ship, this is Deck 5 starboard side. Walking along here, you can find small portholes. Not too much of a view there because of the lifeboats in the way, but if you want to kind of find a secret spot to get away, these are really, really nice. You can find an upper level to the Buena Vista Theater, but the main level is Deck 4. We'll get back to that momentarily. Following this along here, this is a stairwell here. You can find other staterooms up ahead, forward to more elevators and the forward lobby, elevator lobby over there. So that's forward part of Deck 5. This is Deck 5 moving toward midship and aft starboard side of the ship. Let's continue on. Take a look. We're walking around the lobby here on Deck 5. There is that chandelier on the right-hand left-hand side, you can find the port adventure desk. This is the starboard side of the ship. More port adventures, information about Castaway Key, port adventures, and wherever you are. So this is super nice. Usually this is manned throughout the day, but if it's not, you just head on down to guest services and they're able to help you there. You'll notice deck 5 is a little bit smaller than the other decks. I believe it is actually the smallest deck on board. It's because it's the kids club area. This makes kids feel like they're really, really tall because the decks are really, really small. Very, very cool. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique right over here. Great experience for maybe little princesses or little princes. If you want to get dressed up, that's the spot to do it. Here's another great view of the lobby atrium. Let's make our way around the starboard side of the ship on deck 5 and move our way aft. Now continuing on deck 5 here, it's a small world nursery for the youngest of the youngest in your traveling party. You can find daycare during the day. Continuing aft now, take a look at the Oceaneer Club. It's an open house right now. Let's go take a look inside. The Oceaneer Club is a fantastic spot for kids and adults during open house only. You can see the lighting here is super cool, and you can see different creatures in the sky right there with the stars. I love this spot. Let's take a look at a very cool spot, the Star Wars section of the Star Wars command post of the Oceaneer Club. Really feels like we're back on Black Spire Outpost right here. You can push little buttons there, feel like you're in command of the ship, just different interactive areas. This is a console right here with kind of a holographic look at the TIE Fighter right there. Very, very cool. You can also play games, the Starfighter Pilot Simulator. Making our way around, this is Pixie Hollow for those who love Tinkerbell. You can see movies here, everything's lit up, the tree all around. You can even see a fairy right in there. Very, very cool. Here's the Superhero Academy. Those who love Marvel, especially my sister Michelle, you're gonna love this one. They've got games you can play. They've got different helmets from characters. They've even got Black Panther's helmet right there. Look at this. I mean, they've got some amazing relics in here from Marvel. They've even got some forbidden books over here for Doctor Strange. You can see a Doctor Strange vibe throughout, especially as we make our way over here. For those who love Doctor Strange, you're going to love seeing all of this. You can actually interact with Doctor Strange and work your way from the apprentice level to the master level with him during the voyage. It is so cool. Obviously, we can't see that because it's just for kids, but very cool. You can even turn the little dials here to see different sanctums. Now, we can't see them right now because they're off for the open house, but I'm hoping that later on we'll have an opportunity to see them. Very cool, especially if you love Marvel. You're gonna want to step in here. You can also find different relics from Doctor Strange, whether it's different ores or irons or whatever it is, or this very cool, I can't remember the name of it, Michelle would know though, a very cool item right there. Love it all Marvel themed, awesome. Leaving the Superhero Academy right now, we can find our way to Andy's room where kids of all ages can play with Andy's toys right here. Very cool to see the cars larger than life. You've got Ham, you've got Mr. Potato Head. There are kids playing in there right now, but it is so cool to see. Now, there's a bit of a stage here as well. They do different performances and things when it's not open house. When they're actually performing here, you can find a stage. Overall, Oceaneer Club is super cool. Love experiencing this spot. If you have maybe a younger one or you just want to experience it as a family, this is an awesome spot. Oceaneer Club is great. They even tell you what's happening throughout the day, the hours of operation, when open house is. If you're an adult and you want to see it, look for that open house. It is super cool. Now, making our way on deck 5, moving toward the aft of the ship, we're going to try and find the Oceaneer Lab, and I think I can see it right there at the end of the hall. Here is the Oceaneer Lab. Now, they only have one of the 2 kids areas open for open house during a port day, so Oceaneer Lab is closed at the moment. You can tell the gates are up, so adults are not allowed in there at the moment, but later on you can come and experience more of the Oceaneer Lab. They have similar yet different things, so maybe some special activities in the Oceaneer Club, and you can go to Oceaneer Lab. It's all secured. Very helpful if you have younger ones who want to experience a lot during the voyage. You can go to both. Now, you can find on deck 5, as you make your way to the aft, you can find Pepe's room right there. It's actually half the size of a standard room. Right there, we couldn't make our way in there, but it looks super cool. It's part of the experience on board with the detective game. Lots of fun. Now let's make our way midship, go down 1 deck to deck 4. Here is deck 4 midship. It's closed off right there at the balcony, but if you want a balcony view, go up to deck 5, an even better one. You can see more of the tree, chandelier. Let's make our way around. Deck 4 on the port side of the ship now, we're making our way to the shutters area. This is where you can find your photos throughout your voyage. You just touch your Key of the World card to any of these kiosks right here, and you can can see your photos. You can also download them to your phone during your voyage. This is the portrait studio where you can get even more photos, and you can find photo opportunities all around the ship, but especially here on deck 4 and deck 3. We'll show you more of that momentarily. Across the way, you can find the Port Adventures desk and Vista Cafe. That is the starboard side of the ship over there. Let's walk over there right now. Now, if you're looking for some of those character meet and greets that say they're on the balcony, this is where you find them. Deck 4 midships. They meet right here. You can find different characters throughout the adventure. Behind us, you'll find Tiffany and Company. This is where actually you can buy some jewelry when you're at sea. Go right in there. It's where the D Lounge is on the Wonder. So if you know the Wonder, this is where it is on the Fantasy. It can get a little disorienting, so if you're disoriented, don't worry. This is just to give you a preview. Once you're on board for a few days, you get used to it pretty quickly. Making our way now to the starboard side of the ship on deck 4, this is Vista Cafe. Similar to Cove Cafe, you can have specialty beverages made here. They also have snacks that are available for everyone. You don't have to purchase them. They're the same ones that you can find at Cove Cafe. You can also find seating here on deck 4, which is great and super relaxing. Now, if you're looking to get that placeholder or maybe book another cruise while you're on board and get that special discount and some credit while you're on board, this is where you do it. Deck 4 midships on the, I have to keep orienting myself, the starboard side of the ship. Right here, you can sign up for it. You can fill out this placeholder information right there. It's super easy and convenient, and it does save you a lot of money. You get 10% off of your next voyage and some stateroom credit depending on the length of your voyage. Super nice. Now on deck 4, you can actually go outside and get a nice little look at what's happening on deck 4. This is deck 4 on the starboard side of the ship. You can find loungers, you can find some games to play, and very cool, you can see all around you. Great views. It is so cool to experience the sea right from here. I love experiencing out here because you get the shade and you get those great views. You can also play games on the ground here. Very, very cool. This is on both sides of deck 4, starboard and port. So if you're looking for more views, try right outside deck 4. Now we're on our way to Vibe, and Vibe is the kids club on board for older kids. You want to go on out of the ship on deck 4 on the port side of the ship. That's the left-hand side. Make your way out here and walk toward the forward part of the ship. Eventually you'll reach a pathway like this, and you'll see Vibe right there. Let's make our way there. Take a look inside Vibe right here. They've got their own private pool deck, their own bar over here serving non-alcoholic beverages and slushes and everything. A great seating area for movies and individual game stations, and even areas to charge your phones and electronics. Awesome club. Now on deck 4, moving forward on the port side, left side of the ship, we make our way to the Buena Vista Theater. This is where you see those first Rotten Disney movies on board the ship. It is so cool to experience them all from right here, and you can actually find a list of when they're playing outside of the theater and on the Navigator app. Now, if you're looking for a snack while you're in the theater, you can get them here right outside the theater. You can get popcorn, other items, but these are not included. What David and I like to do is we like to go upstairs, maybe grab some burgers or chicken nuggets, and bring them down into the theater. You save money, and you get to experience all that Buena Vista Theater has to offer. Dine while you sit down. I love it. Continuing around on deck 4 now, we make our way to the Walt Disney Theater. Now, this is the balcony viewing of the Walt Disney Theater. This is not the main level. If you're looking for the main level of the Walt Disney Theater, go down to deck 3. So this is deck 4. There's another entrance on deck 3. On the Disney Fantasy, you'll find some great artwork and statues and all sorts of great ones. One of my personal favorites is right here. Take a look. Here is Mickey with that top hat. Love it. Deck 4 on the starboard side of the ship, and you can see him right there. Awesome. Now we're on deck 4 forward at the moment. Let's make our way down these stairs right there, and a very cool photo of Walt Disney sketching right there. Awesome. And make our way to deck 3 forward, where you can see the main entrance of the Walt Disney Theater. Now at this point, if you're lost, don't worry. I was lost when I first stepped on board the Fantasy. Totally lost. Still am a little bit, but you find your way after a few days. Now this is the Walt Disney Theater, deck 3 forward, the main seating area. Super nice. They show different shows in there over the course of your voyage. Some specialty shows like Magicians and physical comedy. It's so cool. If you're looking for Preludes, which is where they serve some of that popcorn before the show, you can find it right here, right outside of the theater. Continuing around deck 3 starboard side, you can find your way to different stores. They've got White Caps, Sea Treasures, and Mickey's Main Sale all around this area. Deck 3. We're actually making our way to the midships right now. You can also find the photo of Walt Disney here as well for the Walt Disney Theater. All the shopping you could want. Deck 3 forward. Super nice. The shopping just seems to go on and on. Mickey's main sale continues on. Sea Treasures continues on. You can see Walt back there, and there's more shopping. There's more shopping. So never-ending shopping. It goes on and on. I love it. It can be super disorienting, but we are on the port side of the ship now, moving toward midships on deck 3. You can find some amazing chairs right there, themed for different Disney princesses. Here's one with Cinderella, the gold chair. Love it. The Bon Voyage bar is here as well. Again, drinks, coffees, these would not be included with the price of your cruise, just a note. Making our way now toward the lobby atrium and take a look at some of the seating right there behind me. Very, very cool. Moving around here, take a look at that beautiful chandelier and the carpet below me. It is an amazing experience to be here, be on board, especially if you've seen the smaller ships. The large ships have these enormous lobbies. Deck 3, you can find the entrance to one of the 3 dining experiences that are included with the price of your cruise. It's Royal Court right over there. We'll make our way over there in just a moment. And here are the stairwell to get down to deck 2. Again, deck 3 up here, deck 2 down there, and there is the Royal Court. Now right across the way from the lobby atrium, you see guest services right over there, a very long desk there. If you have any questions, they're more than happy to help. Seating areas all around, and if you're looking for those special background photos at night, look over here. This is the poor starboard side of the ship over here. Kind of 3 screens will be here, 1, 2, and 1 over there. You can see filming equipment set to go, but that's where they take those pictures. Now during the day there will be characters out and about. There'll be some maybe right here, right by Minnie, some right over there. So there's usually 3 spots for characters down over here, 1 by the balcony up there, and they will list where the characters will be on the navigator, so check that one out. On the port side of the ship now, making our way past Royal Court, and take a look at the gates right there by the windows. The theming is unbelievable inside that restaurant. Royal Court is amazing. Now there is a side entrance to Royal Court as well if you're looking for more than one. If there's a super long line at one, sometimes there's a shorter line at the other. You can't go in when it's not serving, but you can see the menu and see what is for dinner or lunch or breakfast whenever you stop by. All the way down this corridor on deck 3, moving toward the aft, you can find the second of the 3 dining experiences here on the Fantasy. It's Animator's Palette, where you can experience some animation as you dine, and during one night, certain sailings, you can actually draw an animation yourself and have it interact with Mickey on the screen. It's amazing. Look at the theming outside of Animator's Palette here. You can actually see the film strip right below. That is so, so cool. These are the deck 3 elevators aft, and you'll notice something very interesting about them. They can't take you to deck 2. So if your room is on deck 2, you can't get to it from the aft part of the ship. You have to go to the midship or forward to get to deck 2. I believe that's because the engines are over there and they have some mechanical things over there. So it's not for guests. Guests have to go to midship or forward to get to deck 2. Deck 3 aft elevators can take you most floors throughout the ship. Deck 1, deck 3, most of the ones above, but no deck 2. Now if you're looking for photos near the lobby atrium, you can find several spots throughout the night. They're not set up during the day, but at night this is where you can usually find that white background photo. It's towards Animator's Palette on the port side of the ship. That's the left-hand side. It's hard to remember those. And you can find the photo right there. Great photographers, by the way. Making our way down the stairwell right now to deck 2, and this is where you can find 3 of 3 when it comes to those restaurants that are included with the price of your cruise. Enchanted Garden, and in my opinion, at the moment, this could change, the Enchanted Garden is the best of the 3. I love Enchanted Garden. The food is amazing. The atmosphere is incredible. I love this one. Royal Court and Animators are great too. They really are. But my favorite at the moment for food and the total experience, Enchanted Gardens. Stepping away from Enchanted Gardens at the moment, you can find the Vista Gallery. This is where you can find some of that special artwork on board. It is a little bit pricey, but it is unbelievable just to look at, just to be here and experience. It is awesome. You'll also notice the Midship Detective Agency. It is such a cool game. I cannot recommend this one highly enough. It's a great way to learn more about the ship, walk around, interact. It's funny. It is very fun to experience. Highly recommend this one. It's great. Now here's the Midship Deck 2 elevator lobby. This is where you can find those clear elevators right here. You can take them all the way up and see the lobby atrium and some artwork on the walls. Great one. Now beyond the shutters area here on deck 4, if you continue moving aft on deck 4 on the port side of the ship, you'll find the other entrance to Tiffany and Company, the D Lounge, and the adult only section. Let's go back there. The D Lounge is a fantastic spot for family gatherings. They've got game shows, they've got other events happening, and on port days, usually it's the spot where you gather for a port adventure. So D Lounge is fantastic for many different events, including DVC events. So lots of things happening D Lounge. Deck 4, kind of midship, moving to the aft. Now the adult-only section on the Disney Fantasy is called Europa, and Europa has several different bars and lounges inside. This entire section is for 18 years of age or older, unless otherwise specified. Sometimes there are some activities happening in here that are for the whole family, but that would be specified. If it's not specified, it's for 18 and up. Once you walk into Europa here, you can feel the vibe changes right away. You make your way first to La Plaza. This is where you come to kind of like a carousel bar area, very cool lounge with chairs all around, super relaxing feel. And you can go into different sections from La Plaza. You can make your way to O'Gill's Pub. We remember that from other cruise ships we've been on with Disney. You've got these chairs here, motorcycle right over there, very cool for photos. You can make your way this direction as well toward Ooh La La, the Tube, and the Skyline Lounge. O'Gill's Pub is that Irish pub you recall from other cruise ships that we've been on. Inside you can find games playing, the bar right there. It's a great spot to see sports and experience the whole adventure with other adults. 18 plus bar right here. Very cool theme. Leaving O'Gill's Pub, making our way back into the plaza, and we're gonna check out Ooh La La, which is what I believe is the champagne bar. Take a look inside Ooh La La. Again, 18 plus inside this bar. It is a great theme, kind of a very quiet yet fun atmosphere. You've got kind of beads and shades right there. Very, very cool. Even a piano right here. Sometimes there are some live performances inside Ooh La La. Very cool vibe in Ooh La La. If you're looking for a quiet getaway, try that one. Now we make our way outside of the plaza, O'Gill's Pub, and Ooh La La into this, I would call it a very Italian bar vibe right here. You can see restrooms, tube, aft elevators, and Skyline Lounge. Let's make our way this way and you'll see some of the most interesting design I've ever seen on the Disney Cruise Line. You make your way this way through these very interesting halls here. Take a look at that. And these are actually restrooms we're passing. And we see how we're not going like in a straight line. We have to kind of turn here. There's the restroom, and then we can't go straight, you gotta turn again. You find the tube. Very cool, and these restrooms are extremely cool. I don't film inside restrooms, but it's kind of like a circular view. They got tile work on the walls. It's awesome. Now we've made our way to the Tube. It is closed at the moment, but the Tube is a very cool bar. You can see it's kind of themed after like a British subway system. That's I think what they call it still in Britain. You can see it's kind of got those bar stools. You've got the handrails above so you can hold on. They've got 2 levels there. It is a great experience. Inside there, again, 18 plus unless otherwise specified. Now across the way from the Tube, again on deck 4, we're closer to the aft part of the ship now. You can find more of Europa. That way you kind of walk across and you make your way to the Skyline Lounge. One of my favorite spots to see. This is where you can see views of other places on the screens here. Very dark in here as you can see, but it's got that kind of darker feel to it. I love it. You can see, look at out there. You can see moving scenes of other places. Truly an amazing experience inside this bar. One of a kind. Truly a tranquil feel inside Skyline Lounge. From the cars moving there, the lights right there all around the city. It's an experience unlike any other. As an adult on board, I definitely recommend, even if you don't drink, come and take a look at it. It's an extremely cool experience. Making our way around on deck 4, you can find the other entrance to O'Gill's Pub and the outside seating area on deck 4. The adult-only section on board the Disney Fantasy is truly unlike any other I've ever experienced before. It is a great feel, a great vibe, something for everyone here. Everyone 18 and up. I sure hope you found this tour of the Disney Fantasy to be helpful and fun. Don't forget, when you're on board, it can be easy to get disoriented and where everything is, but part of the fun is exploring the ship. So just think of this as a quick guide so you have an idea of what is on board when you step on board. Thanks so much for sharing the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.